Neopian lore, what we got in store. Talking about the things that we love and adore. We're all over 20, right? We stay indoors and play this game. And love this game. Sometimes hate this game. But let's all talk about Neopian lore. Yeah! Woohoo!
Welcome to episode 24 of Neopian Lore. If you've been playing Neopets the last few weeks, you probably know it's been a roller coaster of a ride for this year's Faerie Festival, which also has some Charity Corner elements. While this episode will primarily focus on past events with the ever-lovely Granny Hotbobbin, I will also try to give a quick rundown of the chaos that is currently happening. I'll try to be as accurate as possible and attempt to pronounce all names correctly, but keep in mind, this world is fictional and this is all just for fun. I'm your host, Krista Poyman. Now let's cozy up to some nostalgia. Let's get one thing straight. If sweet, kind, wonderful Granny Hotbobbin was in charge of this event, none of this would be happening. It's all Faiora's fault. It's always Faiora's fault. Sorry, I lost myself there. The 2023 Faerie Festival was to have elements of Charity Corner, the plot being centered around cleaning up Neopia. There is smog and muck choking the skies and seas since its technological boom. The event was meant to start in late September, but got pushed back to early October, the reason given a severe storm blew in from Mystery Island, delaying the event. But truly it was to give the team more time to prepare. I gotta say, using lore as an explanation for technical difficulties, I love it. The Faerie Festival was to be held by Illison and Jadora as a team, but as you know, they have history and decided to hold their own events regardless of the Queen's wishes. They've got cute banter, we get more lore, everyone gets a daily fairy quest, we're off to a great start! Not only is there a different prize shop for the fairies, but each day you donate, you receive a fairy recycling capsule that has a 60% chance of dropping an item with a rarity of 90 to 95, 25% for 96 to 98, and 15% for 99. But then, the floodgates were opened as the rules for the donation portion of the event were released. Due to previous Charity Corner events and hints given out by TNT, it was implied that hoarding junk items would be your best bet. Old rotten shoes, rejected plushies, and piles of dung finally having their time in the sun and out of the dumpster. But that wasn't the case. Since they implemented an item cap of 10 per day, point value became extremely important, because the more points, the better prizes you can redeem from the prize shop. Items rarity 1 to 79 were 1 point, 80 to 89 2 points, 90 to 97 6 points, 98 to 100 8 points, Sticky Snowball 1 point despite being rarity 100, 101 1 point, 102 to 179 4 points, 200 to 500 15 whopping points. Neocache items are rarity 500 and Hidden Tower items are rarity 200. Both gave out 15 whopping points, the next tier being only 8, nearly half. So to many, it felt like the event was pay to win. The rarity 500 items were quickly removed. So then, people started buying up Hidden Tower items, specifically the Squeezy Tombola Guy toy. He's only 110k in the Hidden Tower, but you can only buy one every 24 hours. And for newer players, this isn't even a possibility, as your account must be 4 months or older to purchase Hidden Tower items. People would buy the Squeezy Tombola Guy and then resell it for 800k. The price slowly dropped throughout the day, but then the rules changed again, so the point values were shifted, and R200s were no longer included in the event. It was kinda strange that to clean up Neopia, you had to buy items from the Hidden Tower for the best prizes. See, more proof. Faeora is plotting something. The only consolation is hopefully the botter with 60,000 accounts who sells Neopet items for real money on eBay got hit hard after buying a lot of the toys up. The Squeezy Tombola Guy toy had its 36 hours of glory, and it was indeed magical to watch. To add on to the chaos, People were inflating fairy quest items, specifically for the Gray Fairy and Fountain Fairy. If users rejected a daily quest the same day they got it, they were locked out of getting one on following days. When the option to choose Jadora or Ellison was released, it wouldn't let you pick. There's 504 gateway error pages everywhere, and the boards are going a mile a minute. Not gonna lie, I was a bit miffed when this all started, but then I kinda loved the drama. I brought out my popcorn bucket and refreshed the boards in the Neopets subreddit like it was my job. My poor boyfriend was given hourly updates and so many memes. Oh, the memes. Works of art, if you ask me. As of recording, things are still playing out. The item cap is now 30 per day, and the point system was rearranged so rarity 102 to 179 have the highest values. Omelets, some cheat cards, and a handful of Jadora quest items fall into this rarity. What the heck, Fiora? Favoritism much? Why do Illison items get labeled as special at rarity 101, but Jadora's aren't? Who knows what will change by the end of the event? For now, people are more satisfied. Some would prefer a point cap to a rarity cap. Some people who bought Hidden Tower items are now stuck with them, but overall the event is at least more fair. There are also rumors this could become a new daily, making it a true item sink and put more rare items in the economy, which is personally my hope. But let's go back in time where it all began, back in the distant year of 2014. A yellow elderly Akara with the coziest knitted clothes named Granny Hotbobbin came to us Neopians during the Advent calendar and requested we help the poorest Neopians by donating items. Every day you could adopt a Neopian and you'd receive a letter like the following.
Dear Neopian, I'm wishing for presents for my family this holiday season. Let me tell you a little about my family. My little sister has a Baba, but we don't know much about caring for it, so a book would really help her out. My mom sighs each time she looks at our old rug from Altador. I guess it's gotten threadbare. My brother has always wanted to play in the sands of Mystery Island, and his favorite color is orange. And I wouldn't mind seeing Mystery Island someday either, but my favorite color is blue. Blue is a much better color. Lastly, my uncle needs a plant for his desk at work, something really cheery. Hope you can help us out. Muggsy.
Oh, that sure tugs at the heartstrings. But Muggsy, both blue and orange are beautiful colors. It's not a competition. Users would have to piece together the items needed based on the letters and donate them. For instance, the Sands of Mystery Island was the bottle of orange sand and the bottle of blue sand. A plant to make someone cheery? Wouldn't you know? A cheery plant. You get the idea. There was also a toy drive where you donated 5 toys at a time, and depending on the rarity range, you'd receive a random item in the same rarity range. Items were restricted to rarity 1 to 99 though. There was also a chance of getting code stones, a piece of treasure map, or a secret laboratory map piece. The best strategy was to buy the cheapest items with a rarity of 90 plus in hope to receive a rare item. There was also a Neocash portion where you could buy wrapping paper and 3 items to donate, and you'd receive a donation receipt to trade in at a Neocash prize shop. There was definitely some inflation shenanigans back then, as with any event, but not nearly the levels we're currently seeing in 2023. The batter is a big culprit of the inflation. Why must people ruin the fun for others? Oh yeah, money. After donating, you'd see this message. Oh my dearie, you deserve a big hug and a mug of hot chocolate for having such a warm heart. Thanks, Granny. I needed that. At the end of the event, everyone received Neocash and Neopoints for their generosity and an avatar if they completed the Adopt a Neopian portion every day. I really liked the way the event was framed. It also made you reflect on real-world charity drives since winter is the time when real people are most in need and charity drives pop up. The Adopt a Neopian portion didn't award a prize, only an avatar, and the toy drive wasn't a step up in rarity, you just got an item in the same tier. Sure, there were nice prizes, but the event had a cozy feeling to it, you know? 2015's Charity Corner was set quite similar to the year prior. Granny decided to collect items for back to school. You donated school supplies 5 at a time to receive 1 item in the same rarity range.
Such a sweetheart. We never had such wonderful school supplies when I was growing up. I just know the kids will be delighted to receive these. Here is something for your generosity."
The Neocash portion was centered around purchasing a backpack and filling it with clothing for the kids. Same as before, you received points to exchange for Neocash exclusive items. At the end of the event, people received a trophy, Neopoints, Neocash, and an avatar as rewards. These prizes are continued in every other Charity Corner event, so I won't keep mentioning them. In 2017, Granny Hotbobbin teamed up with members of TNT to host the Charity Corner to provide items for Neopians in need. Slogan, TNT at work. Not much different from the 2 prior years, with the exception that the item pool was greatly expanded to encompass more categories than just toys and school supplies. Many eligible items could also be obtained via the Battle Dome or dailies, making it much more accessible. But in 2018, the formula changed. Charity Corner focused around helping the victims of the Wraith Resurgence plot, and Granny Hotbobbin had thoughts on the matter.
"Oh, the wraiths! The destruction! How dreadful! How very dreadful! I have a terrible feeling this has been brought in by our greed these days. Our incessant greed is behind all evil. It has to be, I am convinced. But don't you worry. I know how we can reverse this. Greed can only be countered by charity, right? Let's make Charity Corner all about the giving this year. Just as greed brings on evil, generosity brings on goodness of all kinds."
Rarity was expanded to be from 1 to 200. Any items could be donated regardless of category, and you could donate 1 to 5 items at a time, not just 5. In exchange, you received points instead of items. The higher the rarity, the more points you got. At the end, there was a perk prize shop. Some were pretty decent, like limited edition, which let you convert one of your pets into a limited edition species while also keeping their paint job, or color it wild, allowing you to paint a pet of your choosing a lab-exclusive color. Random acts guaranteed 1 positive random event each day, which could include the Pant Devil's evil twin granting a rarity 99 morphing potion, the traveling library giving you a book, or Jacko giving you a paintbrush. Somehow, the Pant Devil and the Shadow Oosel's random events were considered positive, even though they would steal an item from your inventory. I guess the reasoning was then you could unlock them as a secret Battle Dome challenger, but I still wouldn't consider it a positive event. Bank bribery was also pretty rad, which raised your bank interest by 3% for an entire year. Some of the perks, though, were just kinda worthless, like Burp, which kept your pet full for a whole week. Seems kinda pointless when you can feed a pet at the Cockroach Towers for 5 Neopoints a day. Hey, my Neopets love the Cockroach Towers. They're all aspiring entomologists. Or you could feed your pet free omelets. People keep talking about getting free jelly every day from some jelly world, but I don't know what they're talking about. Jelly World isn't real, everyone knows that. There was also the Healing Hoopla perk, which healed your active pet, but for the amount it cost, you might as well wait for Marina to heal them at the Healing Springs. I'm not going to list all the perks here, but the point is, the new system was a mixed bag and garnered mixed responses. In 2019, Granny Hotbobbin took a break, and Natsumi, a Norbu inspired by Marie Kondo, took her place. If you're not familiar with Marie Kondo, she is an organizing consultant who had a very popular show on Netflix the same year as this Charity Corner, called Tidying Up with Marie Kondo. She also has a book called The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, the Japanese Art of Decluttering and Organizing, which I highly recommend. Her method of decluttering and organizing consists of gathering your items and breaking them down into categories: clothes, books, papers, kimono, meaning miscellaneous items, and sentimental items. As you go through the categories, you must determine if the item sparks joy. Now you've got to use common sense here. Yes, your pizza cutter doesn't necessarily spark joy when looking at it, but it makes cutting your pizza much easier. Hence, joy has been sparked. It also teaches that everything in your home should have a proper place. I'm definitely oversimplifying her method and accomplishments, but this is all to say she is a wonderful human being, and if you're interested in cleaning up your space, Marie Kondo is a fantastic resource. Okay, with that background, back to Neopets. Welcome to the Living with Less studio, where you can help others by helping yourself. We often tend to think that the route to abundance and plenitude is to hold on to things and to hoard stuff, but is it really? Atsumi from Shenku is here to teach us about the less is more approach to living a life of contentment. Take a hard look at your possessions. Do you need them all? Join this brilliant new enterprise and let go of the excess to welcome positivity into your lives. Even the general store owner had a change of heart, trying to cut down on his own waste.
Hello there. I am here to let you know that my, ever-stocked general store is going to be closed for a while. I know, it's supposed to be ever-stocked. But have you heard about the Living with Less initiative that Atsumi has started? It has made me wonder if I am guilty of being a hoarder too. I have decided to take stock of what I have and participate in it. My shop will be back up once the initiative is done. During the event, you could donate 10 items at a time via Atsumi's declutter machine to earn points. This year also used the perk system. Don't we all feel better and lighter getting rid of the excess in our lives? And the moment's passed. Time to stuff things in our safety deposit box like little squirrels in preparation for the next charity corner. The last official charity corner was in 2020. Granny was back and ready to help those in need. This year's focus was helping Decardia after their storm, and to help shuttle supplies, she employed Captain Rorik from the Journey of Lost Isle plot. You could donate 15 items at a time to Granny's giving gadget, and it even had a quick donation button which was long overdue. Sticky snowballs used to be a nice item to stock up on, since you can buy one from the Healing Springs every 30 minutes for 25 Neopoints. Sadly, they were nerfed this year, dropping them from 8 points to a measly 1. While this charity corner had a point system, there was a prize shop instead of perks. Since they were all new items and not re-released unbuyables, response was mostly negative. I don't quite understand why TNT doesn't just show the prize shop before the event starts. That goes for Charity Corner, Altador Cup, and other prize-based events. The Lost Fragments event did that, and it was awesome. That way there isn't an issue of not meeting expectations. When you go to an arcade, the first thing anyone will do is look at the prizes to determine how many points or tickets they need to earn. So here we are at the end of Charity Corner's history with some final thoughts. First, of course, we need more Granny Hot Bobbin lore. I want to know about her, not just what she has to offer us. What was she like as a young Neopian? Has she always been generous, or was she like Ebenezer Scrooge, cold and selfish, but something changed her heart? Does she have a family, or is Neopia her family? I will preface, it's hard to make an event that everyone will love. You want to reward long-term players while also not alienating your newer or returning ones. I think all the charity corners had some pros and cons. Perks are really beneficial to new players, but also putting rare items back in circulation helps the Neopian economy. This will deter cheaters as well, as if a goal is attainable, players are less likely to buy pixels on other sites with real money. Does that mean a point cap? No cap at all? Reverting back to the original charity corner but without categories? I don't have the answers. But a nice blend of perks and items seems smart to me. Another thing is people are going to continue hoarding like the little raccoons they are if there is a potential for a future charity corner. I know I do. If the aim is to cut down on junk to help the servers, then making it a daily seems the best option. Oh gosh, I feel like I should end with, "What do you think? Write your answers down below!" And with that, that's all for this episode of Neopian Lore. All characters and licensing belong to Neopets.com. Music was created by me, Krista. This episode's composition is called The Gift of Giving. I hope you have a charitable day in Neopia.